World 2024 is marking its 44th edition, the world's most established and iconic large-scale tech exhibition for over 4 decades. Now, GITEX is a gateway for tech creators, investors, and enthusiasts to collaborate and build. This year, the event is being held at the Dubai World Trade Center and Dubai Harbour. Our reporter Kelly Otieno is there and filed this story.
Well, a very good afternoon to you too in studio. We are at GITEX Global in Dubai, one of the biggest tech events in the past years. And when I say biggest tech events, I mean the most advanced technology. Here is a bunch of futurists. Yesterday, I just saw a flying car and air scooters and stuff like those. But just to establish this event in numbers, around 6,500 exhibitors and with around 1,800 startups. And the sweet spot with that is we have around 1,200 investors. The general number about, people who are walking in and out and just looking at stuff is over 100,000, and that's just in numbers. And the sweet spot with these numbers is, while there is a lot of startups, 1,800 startups, there is nearly 1,200 investors who are looking around for, something they can, put money on and accelerate. And so that's a sweet spot for the startups. And also the exhibitors, of course, they have their 100,000 to showcase their, their technologies. And, pick and choose is a sweet place to be as a technologist. And I've seen a couple of African countries around, like Nigeria, they're doing so well, something I'd like Kenya to do. But on another setting also, I saw Kenya doing so well naturally, even without being there. Because while we were talking about the future of money, fintech and all those things, the biggest mention was Kenya, that we are nearly 10 years ahead. Some other people have to use third party. And in many other developed countries, there's many people who are unbanked. But in Kenya, thanks to M-Pesa, we are so banked even with the minimal, with a lesser strong shilling. But just to show you some of the things, I'm doing this at a more controlled space, but I'll try to show you some of the things that I've seen in the past 2 days. First of all, I've seen a flying car. That is not a futurist tech. This is something that is coming in 2030. So it's almost here, it's right here with us, and I've already seen how it works and stuff like those. Another thing is an air scooter. An air scooter looks like, fancy technology, but really is more practical for us. And I'll explain to you. For example, the guys in the SL areas nearly sometimes always need, immediate medical attention without the necessary equipment or the medic. And so this air scooter can carry 2 people or can carry medical equipment and take it there and tell you why it's more practical. It's more practical because the cost of hiring an air scooter is a 1/5 of that of hiring a helicopter. And that means if a helicopter is $1,000, that means a air scooter is around $200. That is more practical if you think about it. And also it's swift and it's electric or, hybrid. So, it can be handled easily. And that's one. The other day I also saw, an electric aeroplane, which, operates in a very simple way, even the buttons and everything. It's so simple. I'm not saying eventually we will not need pilots, but I think it will not be so technical to use the airspace using, such an aeroplane. And a lot more. We have the X booth where they are showcasing some of the humanoid robot that Elon Musk just launched maybe, a week ago or just 5 days ago. A very advanced AI with a very good chip inside, he explained. And of course, we have the, the Tesla truck and stuff like those. But inside the exhibitions is really, from the most, the legacy companies like Huawei and the likes to, the startups, showcasing, the different technologies that are practical right now. And the biggest thing, of course, right now is AI. And some of the startups that I've seen that, interest my eyes are the autonomous cars, startups that are, creating the technology that enables autonomous car, which in this case is a LiDAR sensor. A LiDAR sensor is one that is used in drones that can, it allows the drone to see the, where it's the path. That's why a drone can go through a forest sometimes if it is well trained. And so such technologies like that, are the future. And so there's also technologies around here that, can be picked up into a startup where you come, you find someone exhibiting something about, a charging station a simple charging station for electric vehicles. And then you pick up that technology and bring it back home, because for us, EVs on e-mobility is a challenge because of infrastructure. A lot to show in this event, and I've talked to a couple of people also in cybersecurity, the importance of data, cheaper cloud coming your way, and even more advanced cloud services.